This Daf Yom Yerushalmi Bikkurim in the article Oz V'Hadar edition. We're on Daf Yud Amud Aleph at the Mishnah Halacha Ches, and in the Vilna that is Mamish at the top of Vav Amud Aleph. Okay, says the Mishnah. El Mevim Bikkurim. These are the people who bring Bikkurim and read the Mikra Bikkurim. Mina Tzeres Vada Chag, from Shavuos till Sukkos. Shivas Haminim, from the 7 species for which Eretz Yisrael is praised. Mina Persha Baharim, and you can bring from the fruit which grows in the tree, which are the best. Conversely, in Tamar Shamakim, the dates which grow in the valley, which are the best. The previously in Halacha Gimel, we had said, because then they're not mina muvchar. So here they're saying the muvchar is mina perish shebaharim, mina shamakim. Mezei says shemen, and you bring from the oil producing olives, mever yarden. Says there's a vav here, but it's as if it says Mezei Shem and Mever Yarden, from the olive oils from Ever Hayarden, which is Muvchar, and even though it's on the other side of the Jordan River, it's still considered to be Adam Hashem Satli Hashem. No, it says that even so it could be considered Adam Hashem Satli Hashem. Nevertheless, she'ena eretz zavas chalav udvash. It's not from the land flowing with milk and honey. And it says in the Parashat Bikkurim, Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. And V'yard is not Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yossi Shem Shimon Lakish, and Rabbi Yonah B'Zira B'Shem Rabbi Chanina said, Shisha Asar Mil Chizur. This would be the Aramaic for Saviv Saviv. Around 16 meal, I guess, in a radius with tzipori in the middle. The radius around that is considered to be Heinain Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. So that is the primary Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash, which is stated in the Torah. Amar Rabbi Yonah said, "Man the mekader elain sugai the bishon minhon." It says that somebody who measures by being mekader means as the crow flies. Mekader means really drilling into the mountains. The English says the crow flies, which means direct, not including the ups and downs, just as if there were no ups and downs. So some of you mekader, if you take those 60 meal as the crow flies, Elan Sogaya the Bishaminon, in Hebrew it's called the he would be the the places from Beishan, which is Beit Shan. Beishan is obviously Arabic for Beit Shan in Hebrew. Those grapevines in Beit Shan count as within 60 mil of tzipori. Man Mekader, and also somebody who can, as a crow flies, doesn't count the ups and downs. The valley of Ginosar is including Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. So Mesim Rabbi Yonah. So they asked Rabbi Yonah, is it only the 60 mil surrounding Tzipori as Eretz Zavas Udvash Chalav Udvash? So they took it as to mean, only it's not just primary, but that's it. That is Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. Vaksiv doesn't say V'amar, I said, as Pasuk in Shmos, you Gimel Zayin, Ele Eschem, I'll take you, Me'onim Mitzrayim, from the poverty of Eretz Yisrael, of Eretz Yisrael, Eretz Chaba, to the land which is good and expansive, El Eretz Zavas Udvash Chalav, El Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash, the land flowing with milk and honey. So it sounds like all of Eretz Yisrael is part of, they're considered part of Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. Amar said to him, asher ba zavas uchalav dvash. So Rabbi Yehuda is saying that there's a land in which a part is zavas chalav dvash. So I'm not sure we call it the primary part, the only part, but yes, Eretz Yisrael is considered in its entirety a land which includes a part which is Avas Chalav Dvash. And what's the part which is Avas Chalav Dvash? That is the part of the 16-mile radius around Sipori. So it's interesting that that's considered to be the primary part of Eretz Yisrael, which is the Chazvas Chadvash, and all of Eretz Yisrael is going to be Zavas Chadvash because it's associated with that primary part, which is the actual lamb flow of the milk and honey. So the article points out in a note here that even Rabbi Yehuda doesn't hold. He only can bring the Bikurim from the part of 60 mil around Sipori. He holds because there's this primary part of Eretz Yisrael, which is the Eretz Zavas Chalav Dvash, so therefore all of Eretz Yisrael is going to be Eretz Zavas Chalav Dvash. And then, so therefore, the only machlokas is in our Mishnah between Rabbana whether Eretz Zavas Chalav Dvash extends beyond Ever Yarden to the other side of the Jordan River. But it's clear that in Eretz Yisrael itself, even though that the primary or exclusive, or however you want to put a part of Eretz Yisrael is 60 mil around Sipori, nevertheless, all of Eretz Yisrael is going to be the Eretz which has Ba, Eretz Yisrael, and therefore you can maybe call him from throughout Eretz Yisrael. Okay, it says more further, Tani Asher Nosatoli. It says Asher, that's a Bryce in the Sifri. And Shimon says, precludes Ever Yadim from Bikurim because it says Eretz Yisrael Nosatoli and not Ever Yadim, which Bnei Gad and Reuven asked for their own portion. So, not that which I took on her own. Ma b'neion. What's the difference between the Mishnah, reason about Mishnah don't bring him Bikurim for every yardim because it's not Savas Chal B'Dvash, and the Sifri's reasons because it says Shenosatali and not Shenotati B'Matzmi. Rabbi Yavram said Chatzi Shevet Menashe b'neion. Now, if it's Chatzi Shevet Menashe, they would not ask their portion every yardim. Reuven and Gad were the ones who took the initiative to ask. Later on, Chatzi Menashe got in that side as well. Obviously, it's reward for Yoyer having conquered those areas. Somebody else mentioned there from Menashe's having conquered the areas. But in any event, they conquered them as therefore was bestowed upon them, but they were not asked for it. Okay. They didn't take from themselves. In other words, they didn't request it specifically. They got it as a gift, and therefore you can bring Bikurim from there. But the opinion shows the issue of Eretz Zavas I feel okay in Eretz Zavas even though they were not Noita Me'atzmam, it's not considered Eretz Zavas and we're not being able to bring Bikurim from there. So the article brings down from the Ramban that the reason why Moshe gave the Chatzi Shevet Menashe is not, like I said, on my own surmise, that it was reward for them having conquered that area, but rather that after Moshe distributed every yardim made Reuven, he saw the land was greater than was necessary for them alone, and asked who else wants to get it. And so some named Menashe were interested in getting it, and therefore Moshe gave it them. And according to that, evidently they first Moshe asked who wants it, and then they conquered it. Not they conquered it, and he gave it them, but first he asked, and they said, "Okay, we'll take it." The article references does not quote a phenomenal netziv in the Hamek Davar, Perek Gimel of Dvarim, Pasuk Zayin, who brings down this Yerushalmi and says that Menashe had Talmidei Chachamim, and Reuven and Gad evidently not enough. So he says, the netziv therefore says it's not because they conquered the land that they got it. Lots of people conquered land and didn't get it, but it means because Moshe Rabbeinu wanted it to be a representation of Talmidei Chachamim in Ever Yarden, so they should have a positive influence on the entire area. So therefore, he actually persuaded Bnei Machir ben Menashe to go there, because the Bnei Machir says brings down that it's a specific pasuk that they were. They consider Talmidei Chacham. Yeah, Mini Machir Yardu Mechoikim. Hayikdoli Torah v'Rosh Yeshivas. It brings down that. because Mechoka came from Lo Yosef Shem Yudah Mechoka B'nei Raglov El B'nei Bonam Shalosh Shamlam Yitar Barabim. So those to the B'nei Mocher were, then he brings other references, were Talmidei Chachamim, and that's why he had them settle in it's quasi Chutzor every other, so there should be Talmidei Chachamim Mitzuyim there. Okay, fascinating. Okay, next Mishnah. Halacha Tes. Somebody buys 3 trees within his friend's field. Maybe he brings Bikkurim when reads it because he owns the line between them. Mayor owns even he'll buy 2 trees. You also own the land between the trees and you may be Bikkurim. And you buy even 1 tree, but you buy it explicitly with land. Maybe Bikkurim, then you bring Bikurim and read the Pasha. Even if you're a sharecropper, they're considered to have a portion in the land. Okay, the Gemara discusses this. Tani, we learn. People who have inherit from the sharecropping rights from generation to generation, according to Tanakama, they still don't bring because they don't have a portion in the land. Even though they inherit the position, they have the position, not the land. No, he says they can. Since the Babayas can't remove them, they're considered as having a portion of Gufa Karka, and therefore they themselves can bring the Bikurim and read the Parsha. Rabbi Zira, Rabbi Chia b'Shem Rabbi Yechon said B'Chi but they obviously must nissen. Indeed, that was Rabbi Yehuda in our Mishnah, who says the Bikurim specifically talk about B'Chi but they obviously, since they have this chazaka and they have this right to bequeath, the right to the sharecropping generation, they're the ones who are maybe B'Chi. No, they say that it's not necessarily Chakir, but the Avos, even the ones which cannot bequeath from generation to generation, even ones which the owner can remove from their positions, they're considered to have ownership rights enough to bring Bikurim. Having boil the main, but they wanted to say, Mandam Arabai, Risach Masnisa, Hab Aris V'Chakir. It's talking about an Aris and Chakir. Well, it's as if there's a word missing. I'm not sure the word is not missing, but it's about la'olam, or it's chakir la'olam, that no, I'm sorry, I parsed the sentence wrong. Let's just try again. That which is talking about it's not the one which are temporary. But it's talking about a permanent aris, and a permanent aris is one which cannot be removed during his lifetime. It doesn't have the right to bequeath. But during his lifetime, he has the right to be there during his entire life. So they wanted to say that even Rabbi Yehuda's matir, Oris to bring, it's only talking about an Oris which is a permanent Oris, even though it's not an inherited position, but not a temporary Oris. The Gemara says, also Rabbi Yiba, Rabbi Chia b'Shem Rabbi said, Afilu Boris Olam Chakilam Eino Mevi. Now, he's saying that no, even Oris and Chakil Olam cannot bring. And then we're going to get according to Rabbi Yehuda. And Rabbi Yehuda says that Rabbi Yehuda Taka is only talking about Chakirei Batavas, not Chakirei Olam. So we have 3 types. Chakirei Shah for sure not. Chakirei Olam, according to the Bnei Yeshiva, they yes. Okay, according to Rabbi Yehuda, not according to Rabbanan. And Rabbi Yochanan, whose Shita was, we quoted before, and we're quoting now again, that no, only it's talking about Chakir Bate Avos. So actually, you know what, it's, let's get the name straight here, because they're clearly getting them straight before. Rabbi Zia and Rabbi Chia say, Rabbi Yochanan said, our Mishnah Bachir Batei Avos. Rabbi Hillel, Rabbi Yatsi, Rabbi Yochanan said, it's no, any Bala Aris Chakirus. They wanted to say, the Bnei Yeshiva wanted to interpret that and say that means that even, well, they wanted to clarify that and say that it means, wait, not anyone, it has to be Oris Oilam, not Oris Shah. And then Rabbi Bar Chia said, Rabbi Yochanan said, no, going back to the original statement of Rabbi Chia, Rabbi Zia, Rabbi Chia, Rabbi Yochanan, that no, maybe it's got to be an Oris, which is a Aris Chakir, which is Bate Avos. So it has the right to be created from generation to generation. And that's the Gemara concludes. Lama, why? And here the Mechla was interesting. The where the way Yerushalmi brings the Mechla Mayim, the Aruch HaShulchan's version here. I'm not sure we should. I don't know that I mentioned Mechla Mayim often enough for listeners to realize that that the Mechla Mayim is Aruch HaShulchan's parish on the Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi, very beautiful parish. So but he goes with his girsa and his lama because chakiras bate avos he must need. So our Mishnah is specifically talking about chakir bate avos. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the parak. However, I did want to mention the way I learned it just now. The Gemara, it's the Leib Yerushalayim's interpretation. Which is based on Bnei Moshe and the Gra. The Art Scroll goes with a different interpretation, which is that the Havim Boy, when it says Havim Boy Meimar, Man Rabbi Risa Chayus Masisa or Chakir Lo Bar Shah B'Chakir Shah Harbesom B'Chakir Ohelam Mevi, that even Kohen Rabbana you'd bring. In other words, that the Bnei Yeshiva wanted to say that Machlokes in the Mishnah is only talking about temporary chakirim and arisim. A permanent chakir and aris would taka bring even kohen rabbanon. It's very big chiddush, but that's to say that this chakir bate avos for sure would bring even kohen rabbanon. Chakir elam even bring kohen rabbanon. The whole machlokes is the whole machlokes is by chakir l'shah, and that also Rabbi said. No. Maybe according to Rabbanan. Right? And and Lama by Risas Chakiris Himas Nisa. This is the way you change the gears. So now you could say that let's not change the gears for this purpose and say that the machlekes in our Mishnah is about everybody who's the chakirus, and that Rabbanan argue and say that even chakir and oris. I shouldn't say that. It's about the machlekes by a type of chakirus, but it's not. The Gemara leaves open the question. Perhaps even Rabbanan chakirei bate avos can bring. According to can bring. So again, the way I learned the Gemara originally, it was with that the Shagatai is only Kohen Rabbi Yehuda, Kohen Rabbanan, Chakir, Arisim can't bring it all. According to the second way of learning, then according to it's possible that the Mishnah is that the Gemara, according to the Havim Boy Meimar, that it's trying to say, well, no, the Machlekes is only by Chakir, Temre Chakirim, and maybe even Rabbanan agree that Chakir could bring, and then the Gemara rejects that, and conclusion that but it's ambiguous whether according to Rabbanan perhaps Chakir Bate Avos could bring, according to the conclusion of the Gemara. That's kind of depends how to interpret that ambiguous last line of whether to change the gear, etc. In any event, the more pshat in the Gemara is to say that the whole machlekes is in Rabbi Yehuda, and how far Rabbi Yehuda takes this leniency. Is it any type of chakir? Is it only chakir bate avos, even chakir olam, even chakir shah?